Hello, and welcome back to the 9th episode of my Adventures in Infdev Plus series. In this episode, I work on building out my town with some of the new block palettes and more. Anyways, let's get into it. To start off, I decided to craft some name tags for the sheep that I plan to house in my future sheep farm. You heard me right, name tags are craftable in Infdev Plus. On that note, I feel like I should address what I assume might be a concern for some of you watching. Yes, Infdev Plus backports many features. You might ask, however, why not just play a newer version, then? Well, I personally really like the way that Infdev Plus utilizes Minecraft features, and for me it is more interesting and fun to play than regular Minecraft is. There's nothing inherently wrong with modern Minecraft, I just prefer this. The creator of this mod is primarily creating it for his own enjoyment. Our ability to play it is simply an extra benefit. Anyways, it is now time for me to select the names for the first few sheep. Naturally, the first one will be named Ding Dangle. Honestly, with how creative and thoughtful I am, I likely was born into the wrong millennium. I should have been there with all of the ancient philosophers. After naming Ching Bongle, it's time for me to start working on the actual sheep farm. Since passive mobs will continue to respawn in already loaded chunks, unlike modern Minecraft where they only spawn once in a certain chunk, it's pretty easy to find all the sheep that I need. Takes a little bit, but I'm able to do it after a while. Now that I have a decent starting amount of sheep, I begin work on a little wolf pen. Although, before that, I see that a wraith has spawned. Since my base is at a relatively low position compared to the new sea level, it's close to y equals 32. Y equals 32 is where wraiths can spawn underground, so they can spawn pretty close to me and just rise up. That is so fun. With the wolf pen complete, it's time to move my wolves into the wolf pen. That's where they go. Wolves in the wolf pen. Do you want to take a wild guess at what my favorite mob is? It's certainly not them. Definitely not. Anyways, after fixing that up, I decided it's time to name one of my wolves. Naturally, I name him John Bowl. Again, like I said, I am so creative and I'm sure that you can tell. You know, honestly, Infdev Plus is just the gift that keeps on giving. Look, I can see these names through the walls. Honestly, the best feature. What would I do if I wasn't able to see John Bowell's name tag through the wall? Honestly, I don't know that I would be playing the game anymore. I decided to take down this fire pit as I used it a grand total of once, and it's kind of becoming an eyesore. I then begin hacking to get revenge on my least favorite mob. Yeah, take that. It's not like it took me over 10 seconds just to get in the hole or anything. I then pick out the palette for my next build. I like the maple logs, and it's a texture that you don't really see in normal Minecraft. It's kind of more of a gray, lightish color. Unlike birch, which is also light, but it is just more ugly. So I'll go with maple. Yeah, okay, I'm not gonna lie, the race got pretty old pretty quick. Here's the spot where I'm gonna build the next house. I know I kind of want it to overhang the hill, but I'm not exactly sure how big I want to make it, so I just kind of play around until I get something that I like. As you can tell, I'm trying something new here. Instead of time-lapsing the build or putting a dedicated song over it, I'm just kind of fading out my talking and just kind of letting it speak for itself. I think it's kind of nice. I'll try not to overdo it, but I would like to hear your thoughts on it. Yeah, this maple wood and stone slab palette really complement each other well. About 3/4 of the way through, I run out of wood, so it's time to get more. Good thing I make these tree farms. And there we go, that's the exterior all done. Really looking nice, I think, and now it's time for the interior. Yes, don't worry, I noticed the one block, I fixed it. So yeah, when I said the exterior was done, I was actually lying. Now it's done. The maple doors actually look real nice, and I think they fit the build perfectly. Since the scorched logs are also a grayish color, but obviously much darker, I felt like they might be a nice complementary color, and they turned out to be actually very nice. I know I definitely want to do something with these stairs and the gravel, because, again, I really think they complement each other well. After that, I move on to making a house out of cloth. Honestly, it's not my 100% best work, but I suppose it serves as a bit of filler. What I do end up liking, though, is the style of these lanterns. They are quite a nice addition. I do end up raising them by a bit eventually, so I'm not constantly hitting my head, but overall they are nice. I then do some mining before deciding that I don't want to walk such a long distance each time, so I decide to make a railway track there. Also, I have cut out most of the mining footage because I feel like everybody has seen mining in Minecraft, and while the new updates definitely make it nicer to mine, I feel like it's still kind of the same thing, but if you do want more mining footage in the future, let me know. But for now, I'll be keeping most of it out. I then decide to section off my sheep farm into 1x1 areas, because right now it is a nightmare to get these sheep because they just push me around and I end up accidentally hurting them, and yeah, so I just want to avoid that, and this made it a lot easier. I forgot to record, but I built this pathway to the area of the town that I'll be building next. I'm going for a bit of a taller build, but not like, a tower, but just kind of a taller house, and I first tried using cobbled basalt for the whole wall, but I feel like that didn't really fit too well. So I instead decided to make a 2-block foundation with the basalt bricks, which I feel ends up looking a lot better. happy with how this one turned out, and after this I decided to go on a journey to find an ancient oak forest, as I want to build a house out of one of those ancient oak trees. Ever since I first saw them, I figured that they'd be great candidates for a treehouse type thing, but I wasn't exactly sure what I was going to do, so after I got them I kind of just played around for a bit and found something that I liked. I first try and set one up here, but I realize that these trees alone, while they are big, are not big enough to house an entire house. So I get to planning on how I will do this. Although first I decided to build a mud hut. I didn't really know what I was doing with this, but I knew that I wanted to use the new mud bricks somehow. And I definitely like the concept, but I have nowhere near enough wheat to make the hay for the roof, so it's kind of a work in progress. I build a concept of what I want in my creative testing world, and I definitely like the results, so I go ahead and do this in my main world. I go ahead and connect the trees with the ground, and then I begin building a glass wall around the perimeter of the trees for my house to be within. It's a cool look, and definitely better than I expected. I built some stairs up here, and then I begin building a platform for a bed to be on. I have no idea how exactly this will work yet, but I'm kinda just messing around and having fun. I want a fun way to get up here, so I placed some slime blocks. In this version, standing on slime blocks makes you jump, so I figured that would be the best way to do this. And what did you know? It is the perfect height. Now all I gotta do is make it so I don't die every time I jump off. I definitely went back and forth doing that a bit. It was pretty fun. Anyways, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I really love how this town is coming along. It's much better than I expected it to be, like I say probably too often, and I definitely look forward to the future updates. Oh gosh, here we go. Alright. I was lucky that time. Anyways, so I do enjoy making this series. 0.5, we're currently on 0.4.1. 0.5 is the update that adds dungeons and a bunch of other new kind of stuff, like teleporters and more items. Oh, you can see I let that up there too. I like how that looks. So that will be coming out eventually. For now, I'm just kind of having fun in this world. I apologize for the delay in this video coming out. I just kind of forgot to make it. But anyways, once 0.5 comes out, I'm likely going to be doing... I'm not exactly sure. I probably will be moving. I like this town a lot, and I like this build, but when I started making it, I didn't know that we would have this massive, chunk. Oh, you can't see it from here, but I didn't know that, the chunks were still going to be majorly updated, and I kind of want to be in some new terrain by, the new... I don't know. I don't exactly know, and I don't know when I'm going to do that, if it's going to be right when 0.5 comes out or sometime later, because I definitely do want to fill this in a bit more, because while it is nice, it's obviously not finished. I don't know. Let me know what you think, and as always, I appreciate any feedback you have to give me, so have a good day.